Hey, Southwest Junior High. Welcome to AMI Day 23. We're going to skip the first question, so you don't have to worry about doing that. We'll just do one question today, and we're going to focus on this question of 2 stacks of styrofoam cups. And we're going to look at this picture below. So we have 1 stack of 6 cups like this, and its height is 15 centimeters. Then you have this other stack has 12 cups, and its height is 23 centimeters. Fill in the table below to help you answer this question. How many cups are needed for a stack with a height of 50 centimeters? And then you have a sentence frame to help with that. So if you fill in this table, you can kind of see that there's a constant rate of change, and you can see that maybe it's best to just come up with an equation. Because when you have a table, you can just plug in values and get an answer, and just kind of makes things simpler. So I'm going to review on how to make an equation from a table. So I created this table about a video game and time charging a battery. So Sam wants to take his video game player on a car trip. He realized that he forgot to charge the batteries last night. At that point, he plugged in his device. He wonders how long it will take to charge the battery to about 78%. He feels like this will be enough battery to last the trip. So when you have a table, you need 2 things. You need the rate of change, and the rate of change is the change in y, which is our output, and then change in x is our input. And you also need y-intercept. So when x is 0, y is what? That is our y-intercept when y equals. So let's go find the rate of change. So what is the constant rate of change here? So this is our x column, and this is our y column, and we start with our change in y because it goes on top, so I always like to start there. What's the difference between 32 and 38? It is 6, and you can see there's 6 between 38 and 44, and there's 6 between 44 and 50, so it's a constant rate of change here. And then 10 to 15, there's a rate of the change is 5 in x. You can see it's going by 5s here as well. So we have 6 and 5 is our change. We're going to write that here. 6 divided by 5, and I put that in a calculator, I get 1.2. So that is our change, our rate of change. And now we need our, when x is 0, what is our y? We need our slope intercept, right? We have our slope, our rate of change, using the same, they mean the same thing. Y-intercept, and when x equals 0, y equals what? So I go up here in my table, and I need to add some more columns in here, or more rows. I don't want to call them columns, but more rows. Let's add a couple more rows into here. So if this is going by 5s, so this would be 5 here if I'm going back, and then here is when x is 0, and that's what we're running. So if I take this and go backwards, 32 minus 6 is 26, and then back one more, 6 is 20. So when this here will give me our y-intercept. So now I can write my equation and figure out how much charging time I'll need. So I'm going to go down here, write it in. We said our rate of change was 1.2x plus our starting point of 20% when the battery is charged. When he plugged it in, it was 20% already. And he wants to know how much more time it's going to take to get it to 78%. So again, looking back at the top, we're trying to figure out the time change. We're trying to find the x, and we already know it's one that's to be 78%. So when I go down here, I'm putting in, I want 78%, and I'm trying to figure out the x value here, 1.2x plus 20. All right, so let's subtract. We're going to subtract 20 from both sides. Whoops, lost my thing. Subtract 20 from both sides. And that gives me 70 minus 28 is 58. It crosses that out, and then this is gone. So now I have 1.2x. I divide by 1.2x on both sides. And then I get a calculator. And I need to do 58, right? Is that 58? Yeah, okay. 58 divided by 1.2. And I get 48.333. I'm going to put it on the side over here. X equals 48.3. And so 0.3 isn't quite a minute, but if I was going to be, I can round up to 49 to say it's 49 minutes to be a full 78%. All right. I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day, Southwest.